Good morning, Internet, and welcome back to the reading of the Master List of Logical Fallacies with Alan Muehlger and Bryce Barnett. Today we are on number 68, Just Plain Folks. But before we dive in, Alan, how are you doing today?
Doing good, my friend. Just taking it one day at a time.
Hell yeah, that's all you can do. All right. So yeah, let's dive in. Just Plain Folks.
Just plain folks, number 68. Also, values. This corrupt modern argument, by the way, I think it's funny because it says values, this corrupt modern argument. It's like as though values are a corrupt argument. I just think that's funny. This corrupt modern argument often, or argument from ethos, argues to a less educated or rural audience that the one arguing is just plain folks who is a plain talker, says what he or she is thinking, scorns political correctness, someone who, quote, you don't need a dictionary to understand, who thinks like the audience and is thus worthy of belief, unlike some member of the fancy talking, latte sipping left coast political elite, some quote double domed professor quote inside the Beltway Washington bureaucrat quote tree hugger or other despised outsider who quote doesn't think like we do or quote doesn't share our values. This is a counterpart to the ad hominem fallacy and most often carries a distinct reek of xenophobia or racism as well. See also the plain truth fallacy at the simpletons and the simpletons fallacy. This definitely wasn't directed at any one in particular.
Well, look, if someone in particular is saying these things, and it just so happens to like it's gonna be on the list. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I just thought it was funny. It was like some of these, like genuinely, I'm like, wow, they did a really good job at making this making it ambiguous. And this one it was like they're talking about Trump and there's no hiding it. It's just what it is. That's funny. Oh man. Yeah, this one's super
fairly
interesting.
confident this was written before that. I don't know when this list was like truly formalized, but um I don't actually think like it was written to talk about specifically Trump. But like Trump definitely does this.
Well, his audience does it a lot too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's why I meant to say that like Trump does his thing, and this was one of the first things that we heard from the uh followers of him was that, oh well, he just says what's on his mind. And
Yeah.
I don't think I've, you know, I as much as I try to see when I've done these fallacies in my life, um I don't think I've ever done it, and I don't think I've ever had like the urge to even do it.
No.
I don't really see the value necessarily. So I don't know. Maybe Alan can help me with this one. Uh,
Yeah, I for me the let's see, I think there was one in here that I have said before. Um, I'd be curious. They didn't use this as an example, but one that I hear a lot is he or she says it how it is.
yeah,
And that's interesting because it's like who defines what is, you know? It's like interesting. But I know I have used out loud, oh, that person says how it is. Like they just say it how it is. So I've definitely said that, but in terms of it seems like this one has a little bit of like a cultural integration to it because yeah, plain talker scorns political correctness. You don't need a dictionary to understand. This seems to like also play into a justification for dumbing down one's speech. I've not ever personally looked at someone who is speaking at, it seems to imply that what this is saying is that the person's super easy to understand because they're not using complicated language. And I
yeah.
don't know if I've ever looked at someone who uses as an example like third grade speaking level, second grade speaking level, fourth grade speaking level, and made a comment as to why that makes them more qualified. So I don't think I've ever used this one, but I definitely know people um who have. I feel like an alternative name this one could have would be like the easy to understand fallacy. It's like if this person is using stuff that's just the words or the concepts are simple and easy to understand, then all of a sudden it's like, ah, they must be more credible because I can understand them better, which is interesting, is what this one's
You know,
implying.
yeah, this just clicked for me. I remember watching a Tony Robbins video on rapport, which is now blocked everywhere across the internet, but I still have a copy, which is
Um,
fascinating. But
I'll have
but
to go.
anyways, no, yeah. It was it was a talk that we used to watch a lot of Tony Robbins talking about rapport, and it was
Yeah.
like a really old video. Um, and now it's like copyright claimed like everywhere, like it's blocked. So it's weird. I don't know why why that happened. But anyways, in that video, um, Tony Robbins talks about essentially use the same language of whoever you're talking with, because it makes them feel that you are more correct, just by speaking in the same way that they do. So it's just plain folks for this one, the plain talker one. I can get it because uh, if somebody is speaking at a third grade level and all you understand is third grade language, then it's gonna hit you a little bit more um,
Yeah.
than fancy words. So
Fancy words.
yeah, fancy words like what was it? Instead of saying that a particular event is misinformation, just calling it fake news, that resonates with a certain demographic more
Yeah.
than disinformation, which is the same thing. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah. So I can get it. It's part of rapport, and it's like it's basically saying that part of rapport does not make them more credible, just because you have that rhythm with them. So it's part of ad hominem. So I think that's fascinating.
Yeah.